Welcome back to the ABC of Excel series. Now, in today's video, we are going to go into the basics of workbooks and worksheets in Excel. Now, by the end of this video, you know how to add, rename, move, and organize sheets, making it easy to work with data across multiple pages in one file. Now, so before we move into the details, what are workbooks and worksheets? I might have touched it briefly in maybe our series one or series two. But now to go into detail, in Excel, a workbook is your main file. It is like a binder that can hold multiple worksheets. Now, each worksheet is like a page within that binder where you can organize different sets of data. It's like a textbook. Now, in different textbooks, we have different pages or different sheets. You get that, right? Okay, now, so creating and renaming worksheets. So, for example, we already have this is our workbook that we have here. Like, this is a whole book that we have. Now, in this book, if you come down, follow my cursor, you're going to see sheet one, sheet two, sheet three, and it goes on and on like that. So, let's add more new worksheets. So, if you come down to the bottom here, you're going to see is this small plus. So if I click on this plus, I'm going to have another sheet added, which is, in fact, before I click on the plus, you can see something which says new sheet. So I'm clicking on it, it comes out like sheet 4. If I go to the plus again, I click on it, it's coming out like I'm going to have sheet 5. So by default, yeah, Excel names new sheets as gives it number. For example, sheet one, sheet two, sheet three, sheet four, sheet five, like we have here, and so on. Yeah. So that is how Excel name is. But we can rename them due to our preference. We can rename them to keep things organized. So to rename a sheet, it's simple, easy peasy. All you just need is to come down here, right click. You can right click, you can double click, and then rename it. Let's say I want to say rename it to class one. One. Can you see I've renamed it? So I can double click and for this sheet too, I can right click and I'm going to see rename. So when I click on rename, it has highlighted it, meaning that I should rename it. I can rename it to class two. Press enter. So that is how you rename your sheet. It is easy. For example, I renamed my sheet 1 to class 1. I renamed my sheet 2 to class 2. How? So that probably class 1 and class 2 are what I can use to this is something that can serve as a reminder for me. I can remember easily and quickly. Now, if you want to rearrange your sheet, yeah, probably you feel like maybe class 2 is supposed to be before class 1 or sheet 3 is supposed to be before class 2. All you need to do is just to hold down your sheet, like hold down each sheet you want to make. For example, I'm on sheet 3, I'm holding it down with my left click, my left click on my keyboard, and I'm moving it. I'm moving the cursor of my mouse. You can see that immediately I held it down, the cursor is holding, it looks like it's holding a file, yeah? So it's expecting me to move it to wherever I want it to be. So here I want it to be before class 2. And once I have, gotten to where I want to move it to, I release the left click that I was holding down. Remember I said you're going to hold left click down. So, and then can we see now in between class 1, we have sheet 3 and class 2. Yeah, so that is you moving it. Now you can decide that you want to copy a worksheet. Probably you want to duplicate the old sheet. Remember in our previous videos, I've taught us how to copy and paste the words. But in this case, it's a whole worksheet that you want to copy. So to copy a worksheet, all you just need to do is just right click on the tab. Now, right click on this sheet tab, that is any of them. For example, I want to copy class 2 sheet. I'm going to right click it. Can you see something that says move or copy? But in this case, I want to copy, and then when I see move or copy, um, here I want to say create a copy, yeah, because I'm not moving it. But if I wanted to move it, instead of me doing what I did the other time, whereby I held on my mouse and I was moving it, I can do this right click too. I can use this method. But here, I want to copy. So it's asking me, yeah, I said, I clicked on the create a copy and I said, okay. Similarly, I said, okay, can you see that I have class 2, 2? Class 2 2 like this, that means like the copied version, or the, yeah, like the copied version. So that's it. Now Excel will create a duplicate for you, which it just did, and you can use this. Probably I want to use that template for something else, or I don't want to keep retyping and retyping and retyping. So or maybe I want to work on my data set. I want to work on class 2, and I don't want to delete anything because I don't know. I wouldn't want, to make a mistake whereby I delete it completely and I'll be looking for the original file. So I would like to duplicate it so that I work on the duplicated file. So that is the purpose of copying it. Now, how do you delete worksheets or hide worksheets? So if you ever need to remove a worksheet or a sheet, all you need to do is to right click. For example, this class 2 something, it was an example. Now I don't want it, I want to delete it. All I just need is to right click, and you can see something like delete here. Yeah, so delete. But you need to remember something. Like when you delete a sheet, it is permanent. You cannot recover it back. It's not something that will go to the recycle bin. Recycle bin is, by the way, when you delete something from your phone, it still goes there in case you want to bring it back. So it has not permanently deleted. But however, in the case of this sheet, once you're deleting it for life. So you need to be very careful to be sure that you want to really, really delete a sheet. So in this case, there's nothing at class 2 or class 2, 2. There's nothing there. I want to delete it, so I will right click and then I'll click on delete. And voila, it is gone. Now, but anyway, sometimes instead of you deleting a sheet, you can decide that you want to hide it temporarily. What do? Maybe I want to hide class 2, or I'm going to right click. Remember that we've been using a lot of right clicks. I want you to know something, that when you're using Excel, right click is going to help in whatever you're navigating in your Excel. It's going to help. Sometimes when you're looking for something, right click actually can give you an idea of what you're looking for, or of what you where you're going, or whatever you're looking for, where you're going to see it. So, excuse me. In this case, I'm going to right click. Once I have right clicked, you're going to see something like hide. So in this case, I am not deleting it. I only want to hide. I don't want to see it now. So I'm going to click on hide. So you can see that there's nothing like class 2 here again. I only have class 1, sheet 3, sheet 4, and sheet 5. So that is just it. I just hide it. Now, if I want to unhide it, probably I want to bring it back. All I just need to do is just right click any of the sheets that are here. Once I just right click it, you can see something like unhide. Yeah, I'm just going to click on unhide. So it's asking me unhide class 2. The reason why it's asking me is in the sense that I can have more than one sheet that I've hidden. So it needs, in this case, it wants you to specify which of the sheets that you want to unhide. But in this case, I only have one sheet hidden. So yes, class 2. And I'll click on OK. My class 2 is back. So that is it. Now, you need to know something. Like if you have several sheets, moving between them is easy. You can just click on each tab. Like I want to move from class 1 to class this to class this to class this. That is just moving between these um to navigate to it. And at the same time, I can use the keyboard. I can use the keyboard shortcut. I think maybe one of our videos we're going to do keyboard shortcuts for Excel, which is going to help. So now, in this case, keyboard shortcut is going to be Control page up and page down. Page up, page down. So Control page up to move left, Control page down to move right. So let's example. I press my Control now. I'm going to click page up. Page up, like I said, page up moves to the left. You can see that it is now in class 2. Now page up again moves to sheet 3. Now page down is going to go to class 2. Page down is going to go to sheet 4. Page down is going to go to sheet 5. So that's like the Excel shortcut. And that is it. So another thing you need to do is that, another tip is that if you have too many sheets, so and you want to see all at once, you have to click the little arrow icons at the bottom left to scroll through them, or right click any arrow to see a list of all your sheets. For example, I have plenty sheets. Sheets are much. So these arrows that we have here, is going to help me. Another thing is that I can right click and it's going to show me all the sheets that I have. That's another thing. So yeah, now don't forget to save your workbook. Anytime you're working, you need to always learn how to save your workbook. So don't forget to save your workbook regularly. And how do you save your workbook? You're going to come to this file section here. When I was, like I said, I've talked about each of these, like I've given you an introduction about each of these. So we're going to come to the file here and we can see something like home, new, open, info, save, save as. I explain it. If you explain save as, like if you've not saved it before, or you've saved it before, but you want to save it as another name, then you can use your save as. Well, in this case, I have saved it before. The name I saved it is name that I saved it was I saved it as YouTube video. So I'm not trying to resave it. I just want to save what we've done for so far. So I'm going to come back to save and then I've clicked on it and that is save. So because I've always promised that I don't want our videos to be long so that you can always look forward to watching it. And that is it for today. Now you know how to manage your worksheets within the workbook, making it easy to keep everything organized. Now in the next video, we're going to explore working with Excel and working with cells, with rows and columns in more details. So be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and stay tuned for the next part in our ABC series of Excel. Bye.